announcing that the final is on.
I knew he didn't peak yet. Like, I could tell, like, there's lack of, like, maybe waves sometimes. That the boys have a big task in front of them, because that was an amazing surfing from both of the surfers. It was beautiful to watch. Oh!
Heat's already on. Yago Dora comes flying into screen as they've already counted in the men's final. And Dora sticking to the plan of the lowers left and starting off with a bang. Now world number 2, knowing he wanted to start big against the regular foot Kanoa Igarashi, who's right behind him on the rankings at world number 3.
Like, if you see him just eyeing it down that section, make sure he delays himself to be in the most critical part. Landing backwards in such a bowly pocket, like there's so much air under the board. It's a disaster. It should be a disaster, but he somehow pulled it off and finished it off the wave as smooth as it gets. Beautiful from Yago.
And when you're thinking about what the judges are asking for, I mean, this is a functional degree of difficulty, like off the charts. Like, no one is doing this. Like, no grab, just lofting it into that windy section. That nose just regathers itself right there. Those feet shift. He shifts it back onto the tail pad and gets ready to wind up this next turn.
That was gigantic. And to do it on the very first section, of course, Yago Dora would go for that to start off with an absolute bang.
Supported me. Lowers has been incredible, and it's so great to have the memories back when I was 12 years old.
Right on. Congratulations, young lady. 2025 champ here at the Lexus Trestles Pro, presented by Outerknown. Yeah, girl. Batty Lou, let's go!
As you mentioned, 9.53 on the opener of Yago. Kanoa really needed to go fast on this one.
Yeah, and he knows that, and he's just electrifying with that speed. You know, he did one of the best opening carves that I've ever seen in the opening rounds, and now he's trying to use that weapon again on this wave, speeding down the line. This wave just has that little flatter section to it, but Kanoa just going to work. 3-turn combo there. Really good answer back.
That fast, laying down the rail and holding it that long, Rosie?
Just, I think the balance, Joe, when I'm looking at like the technicality of that maneuver, he's kind of laying that rail and the weight and unweight transition from the back arm to the front arm as he's moving that rail through the water and staying low. It's just so crucial to this technique that Kanoa's used to so much success out here. What an answer back to Yago's 9.53.
Kanoa answering on his first right, going so fast into that first turn. Yago's up again. Fun skate part section, just throwing down a wrapping turn. Nice spray off the tail again. Just hammering a ton of maneuvers. And now getting to the tail end. Tail exploding to the sky again. He did it on the first section on his opener. Saved it for the end section on his second scoring ride.
And he's just showman. He loves that. And right here, finding this smaller wave, just he knows he needs to back himself up and apply pressure in Kanoa, because Kanoa is a fierce competitor. Beautiful rail work right there for him. Using all the body energy to generate speed, because that wave is gutless. Make sure it's always stay high. It's never flat. Any of his airs are flat. So good backup here for Yago.
As we see Kanoa Igarashi fight for the lead now. Two-time U.S. Open champ underway. Goes down a nice bit of water right there. And there's that vertical slide that he has locked in ever since he was a little kid at lowers. Frames it up well with the tail blow and a nice, cool, comfortable, confident look at the fans on the beach and the panel.
That you can notice, like, every turn has a little bit more than you expect. Like, obviously this one's a setup, but you're gonna see this layback here, and then how much acceleration he gets. Beautiful board slide, putting the tail all the way back around, but somehow coming out with speed. And right here, once again, that tail drift right on the end. A little 5% is so hard to reach when you're surfing that top level.
I also find just the way that he puts himself in a position to bottom turn around the whitewater and get that projection up is like, that timing is what we've seen throughout the week, and it's such an advantage having that technique out here at lowers.
They'll cycle. Look at all those turns. They're all hanging up on the top, and it's incredible. Kanoa is ripping right now.
Every single one different too, like the point of emphasis on a different...
As we enjoy this one on the IC replay, Yago Dora lighting up another punt to start on wave number 3, Jesse.
This is another smaller wave for him, but just making sure he's maximizing it to be an excellent wave. Compared to Kanoa 7.7, mixing it up every maneuver and going to town.
And here's Kanoa Igarashi coming off a nice carve. Big wall, starting to wait for him there. Checks it quickly. Wants to keep up the pace for the rest of it. Just speed floats to get down the stretch, and then redirects for a full roundhouse. Big vertical rebound as well. Bit of a throwback with some modern day shredding from Kanoa. Punts. And then Kanoa's from the beginning, Rosie.
Yeah, so Kanoa just finding that that answer back as we have a look at him looking down the line, just telescoping down the section, just keeping that speed up as he floats through these numbers of sections and lays that rail. Love the roundhouse cutback, going vertical. You're thinking about Yago as we watch him now.
Just still punting on the lowers left. Yago mixing it up with all of his air so far. Flying into the end section, another tail high reverse. Can he pull out of the turbulence? And that one takes down the best aerialist on tour. Loving the lowers left. Well, look at this one, Rosie.
Yeah, so starts off with that aerial maneuver. He almost loses it there. Just gets his feet back in the wax. Comes around that section, winds it up. Eyes off the section down the line. I mean, at this point, he's so tapped in on what the lowers left is offering. And it's been fun. I mean, even at the beginning of this event, just watching Yago there, Indy grab, and getting on the top of that lip line, you think that he's made it all smooth. He has to reposition his feet right there. He kind of wheelies it. Oh, man, he's like a gecko, this guy. He's just so stuck to his equipment, even when he's not.
The reality of Trestles and lowers and the left and the right, I mean, here we go, sorry, Yago's up again. I mean, just blowing tail, just absolutely destroying this place and having the best time doing it. The way that he's surfing this wave, it's so fun to see the freedom. Let's get back to play-by-play. We'll be back with my comments.
Yeah, stay on the phone. A big carve there to start from Kanoa. Laying it down again, just two different types of rail hooks. And now he's going to go for a third, all three variety, all done right in the pocket in the most critical part of the wave. Igarashi still sticking to his game, and then he'll ditch the fins for a reverse. Respects his decision as it moved forward, and look where he's at now, just finding his feet here on this left again, tags it quickly. Nice control. Off the bottom, off the top, there's another tail high reverse. Next section, he gets off the lip for a frontside punt again, and Yago.
But for Yago, on the other hand, he's going to stick to his foot. And this is what happens. It's just, I mean, expression, like it's an artist. He's just literally doing whatever the heck he wants. And right here, regroups, bring the foot back around. Very awkward section. Somehow gets the tail high and launches more into the flats. He didn't land into the flats, but try to launch it that way so he can come out clean. Look at that foot. It's almost touching the sticker on the nose of his board. And then he regroups the foot right there, just to be able to do one pump. As he was pumping, he was also moving the foot backwards once again. Then does an even more inverted air reverse. It felt like he was going to get stuck, but comes out clean. Magic.
So solid, so smooth. He's got so many great people around him.
Oh, here we go. Kanoa, he's got to answer back.
Kanoa's got to enjoy this one, and he's like, okay, let me jump into this.
That's a little problem for you being a regular footer right now.
Kanoa's looking to get in this final big section. Corrupt! Lands it. Pushes out in front for a wrapping cutback. He's changing gears, knowing that the judges want to see him go big on that first section above the lip. Pops the shove it.
That's sick.
Right, spins first. Look at that control. And ends up stepping off. Way to go, Kanoa. Just switching gears and getting the crowd excited. Gigantic corrupt flip.
This was pretty sick. Beautiful corrupt flip there for Kanoa. The way flats it out, he keeps the speed. Unfortunately for him, it's just there wasn't much more to be on offer because opening up with a massive, very technical maneuver. And then he was just kind of playing around, Rosie.
Yeah, he was, goes for the shove there, just riding backwards. I mean, Like right in the mix with his competitors as we watch Yago, Jesse.
Yeah, we heard a lot of noise probably for Kanoa, but also from Yago, starting off with a massive tail blow and eyeing it down the section to finish it up with an air reverse. Once again, getting up and high.
And he was kind of bummed that he never made the final 5 to compete here because he felt like he would have been a contender. So just to see him get this opportunity now as we see him up on this right-hander.
Fun to watch him go right. Big blast there for Yago Dora, trying to pick up the pace, coming from behind that section. He's coming out in front without a problem. Big fin throw, backhand, lays down the reverse in transition. He is turning in a surf movie part in this final. He's going to just flip his board around and incomplete on the end section.
Sometimes it just kind of goes unseen. We get back to that because it looks like a beautiful weight for Kanoa.
Building lowers wall for the man from Huntington Beach. Throws a punt to start. So it's clear that Kanoa is trying to make a big adjustment in his game plan.
And huge floater over that thing. Let's see the tail fly. Beautiful turn up into the corner. Oh, I can't wait to see the fin count on the inside right here. What do we got? He's going fast. He's going huge. Bam! Oh, that was a lot of work right there. Sorry, guys, I got excited.
The first time in his career has won 2 championship tour events. With the horn sounding, it's official. Yago Dora, your champion of the Lexus Trestles Pro, presented by Outerknown. And now world number 2, heading into Brazil.
Oh, well done, Yago. I love seeing the happiness leak out of him. I feel like he's been so reserved this whole week, but to actually see him realize this goal, that was just unbelievable performance.
First time ever surfing on an event at Trestles as well. So that's a huge statement.